Hey, what's up everyone? In this video, I wanted to give everyone a little bit of an update on how the coronavirus is impacting us e-commerce sellers, specifically drop shippers. Now, this not only applies to people who drop ship items from China, so even if you drop ship from US-based suppliers, you'll want to watch this video to learn how it could impact your sales and your business. Now, I need to start out by saying that it's a huge tragedy what has happened. Obviously, there's been a huge loss of life, nearly 500 people so far. I think there's close to 25,000 people who have been infected. And it's really sad what is happening. And we do hope, of course, that a cure can be found so that we can save more lives from being infected and dying from the coronavirus. Now, with that said, it's also true that this virus has a worldwide impact, not only because it's spreading around the world, but also because of the economic impact that it's causing. So, as many of you might know, a lot of cities in China have completely shut down. They're under quarantine. People are required to stay indoors. They've closed all public transportation, airports, even factories have closed as well. So, what that means is that these factories aren't open. They're not producing items. They're not shipping items out, which is a problem for the global economy where so many people source items from China. So many companies do that, including a lot of drop shippers as well. And as of right now, they said those factories are going to close or remain closed until at least February 13th. So that is still a while to go, and it could be even longer than that. What's more, even if the factories get up and running, even if they were producing items, a lot of the carriers can't even enter certain areas to pick up the items because there are certain areas that you're just not allowed to travel in or through in China. So what should you be doing if you are drop shipping from China? Well, this virus outbreak happened during Chinese New Year's. And if you are familiar with drop shipping, if you've been doing it for a few years, you know that during Chinese New Year's, a huge part of the country shuts down completely. So it's usually recommended for drop shippers to extend their handling time during this period of time to account for the fact that the factories are going to be closed down for weeks. So your handling time should already be pretty long, and I would keep it that long. If anything, extend it. If you're like a wholesaler, if you wholesale products from China, then expect that you might not be able to get your products. Hopefully, maybe you bought a bunch before the New Year's in anticipation of this. But just be aware that it will be harder for you to source those items from China for the time being. Now, one thing that you can do is actually contact your suppliers. And I've done this with a few suppliers that we use, and some of them responded and said they are still open for the time being, and others have not responded at all, which gives me the impression that they're not open at all. So you do want to at least reach out and just see, what is going on with them. And you should also reach out to your customers and tell them what's going on. People should be understanding of this situation, obviously completely outside of your control. And I wouldn't be surprised if eBay and Amazon account for this and kind of what usually when there's a natural disaster, like a huge forest fires or hurricanes, they'll usually give you a seller protection based on that. So hopefully they should do that for this as well. We'll have to wait and see. I haven't heard anything from eBay or Amazon about that. But otherwise, just let your customers know. You need to inform them what's going on, and they should be understanding. And maybe you have to cancel some orders, but that's better than getting some negative feedback about it. Now, one thing I could suggest for now is to only use U.S. suppliers because obviously Home Depot and Walmart, they're still shipping out items. But keep in mind that a lot of their products come from China. So even though they have warehouses of items here in the United States, they will eventually run out if they're not being replenished because all the factories are shut down in China. Even if the products are made here in the United States, a lot of them are only assembled here in the United States. So Apple products, it often says that they are assembled in California or that they're designed in California, but really the parts come from China. So a lot of the items, they're going to run out of those ones as well. It's all about supply chain, and a lot of things go back to China. So that's more long term. We're not at that point yet, things are still continuing here in the United States. We are still making sales here from US-based warehouses or US-based suppliers. So things are still moving along with that. So this is one good reason it's good to diversify things. And the last thing that I was concerned about is whether there's any risk to my customers if they receive a package from China. And I looked on the CDC website and they said that there shouldn't be any risk that they know of. There's no indication that shipping an item from China to someone anywhere in the world and them opening up, there's no indication that they will then get the virus just from that. So at least that's some good news right there. So guys, that's all I have. I'll keep you guys updated if anything new comes to light. Hopefully they get this under control soon so that we can prevent further loss of life and further spread of the virus, and so that business can resume as normal. All right, guys, thanks for watching. If you guys have any updates that I didn't mention, please let me know in the comments section, and subscribe to the channel for more updates like this. Bye for now.